guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be my Q&A video. I did get quite a few questions, so I'm hoping I screenshotted them all, so hopefully I haven't missed anyone out. I really apologise if I have. I can always do more of these if you like them kind of further down the line or whatever. And also thank you for the lovely comments on my vlog so far. That went up really early Sunday morning / Saturday night, and people seem to be enjoying it, so that's good. But on to today's Q&A. Okay, so question number 1 is from KCC. She says, what inspired you to look further into and invest more in green beauty? Honestly, I guess it was you guys, because about 2 years ago I tried the brand Lily. My friend Marisha got me onto that one, and because she was like, well, she recommended the foundation anyway because it's good for her skin and stuff like that, and you all seem to really enjoy it, and you kind of were asking more to see more green beauty. I thought, okay, so I did some research into it, and you all gave some really good recommendations and advice on it and stuff like that, and I kind of realised, especially with my skin, that maybe that was the better route to go down. I still mess around with just the general cruelty-free stuff. My goal is to have kind of my base makeup green beauty, and then like my eyeshadows and lipsticks can be kind of either or. But I'm still trying to find, you know, my inner curve foundation I absolutely love and things like that. It's a hard one to try and try out because most stuff you can only find online, and you can get samples, which is kind of the way what I've been doing at the moment, to try and find good products, because you don't want to buy full size and it not work out for you kind of thing. But yeah, like I said, it's really it was really down to you guys that I started going more into green beauty, because you requested it, and the more I'm kind of going, like, buying stuff and kind of playing around with it, I realised just how good some stuff can be from green beauty. And like some of my staple products, like my Hands Up Pure primer, my bronzer now, it's either my Hands Up Pure Lily Low that I mainly use, and what else is there? Highlighters, like my Lily Low illuminators, I go to them all the time. So they're products now that are starting to become like my staples of green beauty, and it is down to you. But yeah, like I said, it was you guys that kind of were not pushing, we're kind of like, please try more green beauty products. We loved your Lily Lola videos, and it is probably one of the most popular videos on my channel, my Lily Lola ones, and you all kind of recommended places for me to find stuff, brands, and like I said, I started trying stuff out and started loving it. So it is actually down to you guys. Okay, so next one's from Ethical Emily. What inspired you to train in makeup artistry? What is your favourite type of makeup product? So, I've always kind of loved makeup. My mum was an esthetician, so she was more kind of more the beauty side, as in like massaging, waxing, nails. She did do makeup as well, and I've always loved playing around with it and things like that. And I did go to uni first and do psychology and forensic biology at Chester University, which I absolutely loved, and I'd love to go back. I'd love to kind of go further into forensic psychology at some point, because I did really enjoy it. And then I also did bookkeeping for a while, but it was always the makeup I wanted to do, but I was trying to do more, I guess, sensible things, and more things that were gonna give me a stable income and stuff like that. And when I it was kind of after the point I did bookkeeping and realised it wasn't for me, I was like, you know, I've saved up, because I was going to do a forensic psychology master's degree, and that kind of didn't work out, and I had this money saved up, and I was like, screw it, I'm going to go and train in makeup like I once wanted to do. So that's when I did. That was 2 years ago. I went to do the iTech level 2 in London, and I loved it. But as you know, sometimes I like to play with like colour on my face and like do fun things, and I always see pictures of like incredible creative makeup that I just wanted to do. So that's why I decided to do this course. It was very much a snap decision to do this one. I'll leave my Instagram down below if you like to. I do a lot more kind of, I guess, creative stuff on there. Maybe some stuff's not quite as wearable as I do on here. Playing around with makeup, colour, being creative. So that's why I decided to do this, and I love crime shows and films and detectives and maybe slightly gory stuff, and the fact that you could kind of go into that and produce that for a TV show and create a burn on something, it was something that I really wanted to do. So that's kind of yeah. And what is my favourite type of makeup product? Ooh. I'm gonna have to say, highlighter. I just think like my Lily Lolo Rose Illuminator, if that's all the product I could have, I think that's the product I'd go for. My favourite. So illuminators in general, but that specific one, because I just love the kind of glowy freshness that you can give to skin and make it look more awake even though if you're not going to wear any other makeup. I would say probably closely behind that would be, just because obviously my skin is quite, well, not bad, but you know, I suffer from spots, is concealer. Because I do like to have them covered, especially because I work with the public. I just think it looks better if they're covered. So, but illuminated definitely is my, illuminated slash highlighter is definitely my favourite makeup product. Okay, so the next one isn't makeup related. So this is from Yasmin Dorado. I hope I pronounced that right. I was wondering how long you've been vegetarian and what made you want to be a vegetarian. So I've, well, pretty much been a vegetarian all my life. As a child, apparently my parents used to try and give me meat and I just didn't like it. But they kind of kept on putting it on my plate to try, and they were worried about the whole protein aspect of it. And eventually, I think it was when I hit secondary school, so like 11, 12, I was allowed to, not allowed to, but I kind of fully became vegetarian. It started off, like I said, I didn't like it from a baby. They tried to feed me, I didn't like it. It was a taste and texture thing to begin with. I know it may not please some people, but that was honestly how it started off as. Obviously over the years I've kind of become more aware of things and the industry and things like that, but to begin with, when I was obviously a baby, I wasn't aware of that situation, and to be honest, even at 11 and 12 I didn't really understand the whole reasoning behind it. For me at the time it was a taste and texture thing. I'm kind of weird about other foods sometimes, with taste and texture is a big thing with me. Like a big vegetarian food is mushrooms, and I just cannot eat mushrooms. I can't stand them. They're slimy. They don't really taste like anything. I really don't like them. So honestly, that is how I started off being vegetarian. Obviously now I'm kind of more aware with all my whole cruelty-free thing. I do become more aware of these things and the industry and stuff like that. So, but that's the honest answer of how I started off being a vegetarian. Okay, so the next question, well, it's kind of 3 questions, is from Celestia Eyes, who always comments on my videos. She's always very lovely. So the first one is, who would be the ultimate person you'd love to be the makeup artist for? I don't know. That's a really tricky one, I have to say. People who I think, okay. So maybe, and I'm going to split it up, so maybe actress wise, like people like Margot Robbie, Emma Stone, I think are beautiful. Gal Gadot, is that how you pronounce the name? I'm not sure. I think are stunning. I'd love to do makeup for people like Celia Miri and Imelda Staunton and Judi Dench, just because A, they're beautiful. They've been like in the acting industry for a while, and I just love to hear the stories about it. I think they'd be such lovely people to do the makeup for, and yeah, I'd love to hear the stories of like their time in the industry, things like that. In terms of like more singers, it sounds weird, but people like someone like, well, Lady Gaga or Katy Perry. Not because I used to actually be really into their music. I've kind of not so much now, but because, you know, especially Lady Gaga, she used to be quite creative with her looks and stuff, and I think the makeup looks you could like create alongside with it, especially when they're touring. Very creative, colourful, kind of slightly unusual, and I just would love to do stuff like that. So I do love kind of the more typical red carpet glamorous stuff like Margot Robbie, Emma Stone, who else? Lily Jane. And also then people who kind of like singers on tour, where they are a bit more creative with the outfits, so then their makeup kind of needs to be a bit creative as well. I'd love to do stuff like that. Although if we're going for the ultimate person you'd love to do the makeup artist, like to be the makeup artist for, I think Lily Collins, because she can pull off, I've seen when she's wearing like barely any makeup, or I've seen her when she's got really deep eyes and deep lips, and it just looks, any makeup you put on her looks incredible. I just think she's a a really beautiful person. So if I could pick someone who maybe wasn't alive at present, probably someone like Marilyn Monroe. That would be pretty cool, I think. The next question was, any faces you find you love the angles of and feel are very beautiful? I mean, all face shapes are beautiful. I have to say, I do like ones that have got like the sharp angles, so either like a diamond face, a heart face, a rectangular / square face, which is weird because I don't know if you can turn this angle. I do have a square face, but I don't particularly like my face shape. But then I see other people with square shaped faces. I think they look stunning. I just love the sharp jawline. I just think it can look really beautiful. So someone like what's her name? Olivia. She was in House. Olivia. I'll tell you her name now. Oh, there she is in the middle. Which one are you though? Okay, so people like Rihanna, Emily Deschanel have square faces. But it is, or Natalie Portman, but no, where is she? Where is she? Olivia Wilde, that's who I wanted to say. Olivia Wilde has kind of like a longish square face. And I just think her jawline looks incredible. So I do love ones that got more like angular. I mean, I love all face shapes, but particularly I like angular faces. So they're like diamond, heart, square / rectangular. And the final question from Celestia Eyes was, any celebrity / poet figure faces that you feel you relate to the most have looks in common with? I don't know. I mean, people do tell me I look like certain people, and I don't really see it. So I've been told there's a UK TV series that's no longer on called Skins, and I've been told I look like Effie from Skins. I can kind of see that. Who else is there? Oh, I've been told I look like Rachel Weisz as well. Which is a big compliment. I think in terms of kind of the complexion and the freckle aspect, maybe like, because I have been told I look a bit like Emma Stone as well, which I don't see, but I can see like the complexion and the whole freckles. That's kind of an element from her that I guess we share. Let me know what you think down below, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, so the next question is from, I believe her name is called Narain. She's NK1 on YouTube. She kind of did my first viewer decides my makeup look. And she said, is your aim to be a full-time makeup artist, and is there any makeup technique you find particularly difficult to do? Yes, it is my ambition or my goal to be a full-time makeup artist. I quite like to, like I said, onto TV and film aspect. That's my kind of area that I love to go into. Is there any makeup technique you find particularly difficult to do? Wing liner is always a tricky one, I think. Like, you always get the first eye right, and then trying to match the second eye is always a task. And you know what? Cut creases. Me and cut creases don't really get along. If I'm talking about eye looks. And maybe on other people, I think especially because like brows tend to be a very personal thing to people now, and everyone like really loves to go for brows. It's always a bit tricky to do it on other people because they have a certain way they like it done, and maybe you don't always do it that way. But I'd say, yeah, wing liner and cut creases aren't my strongest points. Okay, the next one is from Person Finch, and they say, what was the first makeup product that really grabbed you and got you into makeup? I'm trying to think. The first ever makeup products I had were things like tinted moisturiser, mascara and eyeliner, but I kind of never found them like something that got me into makeup. It almost became part of my routine. I think it was when I got my first eyeshadow palette. I'm trying to think of the brand that it was. And you know what, it may have featured in my very first smoky eye video that I did, and it was kind of that palette, and I started going quite smoky with the eyes, and I kind of had fun playing around with that. The palette itself, I'm pretty sure wasn't cruelty free, because when I first started my channel and stuff, my things weren't cruelty free. It's kind of over the last 2 years they've become cruelty free. But yeah, I think it was an eyeshadow palette because then I started playing around with the colours and stuff on my eyes, and I think that's what got me into it. It's a very, I remember it's a smoky palette. It had, I think my sister got it from me. I had like a white, a silver, maybe like a purple, and then a black in it as well. I'll see if I can find the video of me using it. Like I said, it wasn't cruelty free at the time, but that was the eyeshadow palette that got me into like being more creative with my eyes, because I create smoky eyes, and I guess that's what kind of got me into the makeup thing. Got me into makeup and playing around and being a bit more adventurous with makeup. Okay, so I've got the last question. It's kind of similar to one I've already answered. It's from Betty Boo Boo 99. If you could choose to do someone's makeup for them, anyone in the world, who would it be? Like I said, I think I would go for someone like Marilyn Monroe, or I think it would have to be someone from like a period, like an icon from a period of time. So yeah, Greta Garbo from 1920s. I think 1920s is probably my favourite, so I'd love to do that, her makeup. And then yeah, so like Marilyn Monroe for 50s, or you've got like Twiggy or Bridget Bardot, or people like that for the 60s, you know, something like that. I just love the period kind of makeup and stuff like that. So I probably would say Greta Garbo for 1920s. Just kind of it. No, maybe Marilyn. Actually, I love the 1920s, but I think actually Marilyn Monroe would be pretty amazing. Okay, so that is all the questions that I got asked. I hope I didn't miss any out. I'm pretty sure I screenshot as soon as a question came through, so make sure I had it. I hope you found that interesting. It was mainly makeup related, but if you'd like me to do in the Q&A, but a bit more personal maybe, if you'd like to get to know me, then let me know and I can do another one maybe while I'm here in London or when I get back or whatever. I have got pre-planned videos, but I can always switch them out and things like that. So I really hope you enjoyed the video, found it interesting. And yeah, I will see you in my next video.